All right, so I'm gonna start today. We're working on our core skills stuff. I think we're a little past halfway through. So our core skills is not what we would call fundamentals, right? The core skills are the movement patterns and skills that we see repeated the most. And we're looking at habit structures that scale, right? So there's progressions of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Habit progressions, if you would, levels of success with each one of these skills, and the ways that you want to be able to see them. So you kind of see like it really starts out, levels 1 and 2 are a lot of habits, specific details that you're looking to get ingrained. And then as you move into like levels 3 and level 4, you're going to start to see those skills either multiplied, applied in other places, or you're going to see those skills like scaled up in terms of a more difficult progression of that same skill, right? Or performed more efficiently, effectively, on time, that kind of stuff, right? Where we start to really apply them at match speed of different levels of intensity and other challenging variables to it, right? So it starts to scale up. But really levels 1 and 2, and even some of 3 throughout are a lot of just new habits. If you can get really detailed, very intentional, very deliberate, to quote Dan Erickson, all right, intentional is the word that Dr. Rob Gray is using, where we get reps within our reps, right? We want to get, that's the whole goal, is not just to get reps, but reps within our reps. And so our core skills is our latest iteration of how to do that. And we're going to continue to try to stack our vocabulary and our movement patterns as much as possible so that these micro movements that we've developed, but they start to stack together. 1, 2, or 3 of them start to be used together, and we get these really big macro movements, these compound movements, compound skills, where we can move efficiently and effectively. All right, so, but fill in all the notes that you can when we're describing it and using more words for it all. Write your own notes, put it in your own language. You're 100 times more likely to remember it if you write it down, all right? Let's jump in this thing and get us rolling. Playing secondary attacks from quad pod. This is kind of the goal, is to get here. All right, come here, Cruz. I'm gonna reach single leg, and as he reacts, I just re-attack to the double leg side. Double him through, run into his back to score. Make sure that I maintain all my same habits to get there. So we're just hitting him with a little misdirection, okay? The idea here is that we're just reaching single leg, and then when he reacts, when he runs his hips away from it, when I go here, he's gonna run his hips away from it, and he runs into my double leg side. Boom, I'm already there, okay? And then I can do the same thing where I attack double leg, he reacts, and I hit single. So I'm gonna go hit, he moves, boom, and I'm off to the races to run him down and score, okay? Here, I shuffle, reach single leg, and I just change knees and pull. Watch my feet. Come back out front. This is the secret sauce here. Watch as I shuffle. I'm gonna step, knee pound, reach here, and then as he moves, I can just pull him into the hole. It's so easy. This right hand is already loaded, like if I was gonna shuck him. I just pull him into the hole, and then there's my single leg. It's so crazy simple because you're using the change knee mechanics. Step wide, knee pound to the double leg side. So we're just showing that here. Make sure that I'm stepping wide to both sides. The key is it's not tight. If you're tight, he's gonna be tempted to grab your leg. I've gotta have this foot on assignment. My knee, I should say, on assignment. If my knee is up, it's not on assignment, point to the center. So when I'm attacking, he moves. It makes it so smooth. To both sides one more time. Show double leg, step wide reach. Here. As I just rotate that knee, I can pull him back into the hole. Boom. So easy. Like you could just shuck him into your score, but it's gonna work really well. Level 2, we're talking again, level 2 habits, keeping that foot out of reach at all times. Maintain active hips and chest pressure, prepared for unorthodox reactions. So like, I'm not hollow here, sitting back where this guy could just dive in on a single leg and I'm like, oh crap, and I'm not ready, right? Or any kind of stupid stuff. I've got good active hips here. So I'm pushing in with my hips here, and then when I release, I sidestep, boom, and I'm gone, right? So active hips, active chest, active hips, so that he tried to drive into me, there's really nothing there. here, right? I'm kind of shaded to one side, and when I shuffle left, I go shuffle left, hit, move. Here, active hips. Here, I just shuffle, and I can start attacking, okay? Change shoulders from side to side, creating the opposite shoulder. So I start out, I've got one shoulder on. I'm shoulder to shoulder here on my right side. As I get ready to hit this, I'm gonna move my shoulder pressure to the other shoulder. So as I hit, boom, right? I'm gonna push, and I'm gonna take my shoulder pressure from his right shoulder to his left. This adjustment is huge. It helps me understand, because we just don't understand the chest pressure and the angle. And when we try to get here, we get stuck on the chest, and we're always reaching, and it's like we're Velcroed to his back here. When I shuffle, boom, and I move my shoulder to the other side, it completely changes everything. Now I can start to look at thing feels solid. Here, and it's true to both sides. Left shoulder in, boom, I can change shoulder position, hit outside. You can do this as well when you're changing knees. I'm right shoulder in, boom, I'm left shoulder in, boom, I'm right shoulder in. And so understanding that how to change shoulders from one shoulder to the other and how it affects the pressure is a huge deal. Huge, huge, huge deal. This is just really an extension of all the same stuff. This is all, I mean, the way I've got this written out, it's in tiers, but I'm just reaching, and he reacts, and I'm redirecting the other side, and I'm making that shoulder to shoulder connection so that I've got a great angle. By giving the cues about the shoulder positioning here, boom, by giving cues the shoulder positioning, it helps me understand which side of the body I'm on. Where's my shoulder connected, right? Short drags, bicep blocker, whatever. I'm looking for that connection, not being stuck here, right? So there's a lot of details here, and that's kind of what I want you to see, is that it's not, this isn't one big dot. There's a right shoulder to a right shoulder, a left shoulder to left shoulder. I can move to both sides. I can shade to one, I can shuffle and move to the other. So I want you to think about your left and right side versus his left and right side, and being on each one of them. That should help you understand the kind of what's going on that you can feel when you do it correctly, but maybe you can't see on camera or understand enough, right? So how I articulate that can be a little hard. So the next one is just our shuck. I'm just gonna build into this here. So when I'm attacking to either side, is I'm gonna shuffle, reach, and as he moves the weight, when I change knees, I'm gonna change knees down, and I just shuck him by because I'm in the armpit. Rewind. If I tried to shuck him from here and he's just dumb enough to stick his arm out, he winds up on my leg, and I'm like having to wrestle back out of this. So instead I wanna be in the armpit, I shuffle, reach, and like you can just spin him in a circle. What happens, I'm gonna move his post. So look at the timing of this here. I'm gonna drive and load that foot a little bit here. As I move to it, let's do the slow-mo step. I reach, as he moves his post, look, pulse, come back. There's nothing over here, right? So this big shuck, that way, sends him in a bad way. Here it is again. Meat hook, circle left. You can make this guy look really silly because he doesn't have a post. It's not because you big boyed him, it's not because you got strong. You just took away his post. Circle left, circle. Boom, same thing the other side. I'm gonna step, I'm gonna reach. Come back slow. I'm gonna reach for that leg. I'm like, oh, I want your leg. And as soon as he moves, here, all I'm gonna do is just rip. I've already got my other leg stepped up, I'm just gonna rip. Boom, hand behind. Now when we go secondary side, he's gonna hang out here with me a little bit. Quad pod, boom, so let's say I show left, he react, I go back right, boom, I get on this single leg here, and he stays in here to face me. Here, right? And so he's not thinking, he's still trying to face me and wrestle because I've got a meat hook here, okay? Ideally my elbow would be flared inside, but it's a little wide, it's okay. He's not thinking about cradles right now because this isn't a cradle. But when I release and roll, boom. Notice I didn't pull my arm off and go in. My elbow stays right where it is. So I'm elbow integrity, hand roll. Boom. This seems silly. This seems so obvious, okay?
but you've got to understand how do I maintain, you have to teach their body how to maintain elbow integrity here. And so he's trying to wrestle and he's thinking about whatever is going to happen. And then I cross hand in here and put this all together. Because I'm already knee behind the heel, I'm going to go nose in his ribs and we're going back on top. I'm looking for this leg Turk if I can, otherwise I'll just surf on top. If I find the leg Turk, now I can fall off the top. Pull it all together. If you want to get fancy, you can slide to the ankle, put it behind your head, whatever fun stuff you want to do. All right. So we're attacking the body crease. We're talking a lot about the body crease here, when we can hit this to both sides. I'll show it the other way. I attack, he reacts, re-attack, boom. And I'm gonna get him folded in. He's naturally gonna do it. He's gonna wanna sit to his hip and try to wrestle here, okay? And as his head comes up, all I'm doing is nose in. I'm gonna roll to slap this on. Back up on top. This works so well. Our guys do this all the time with a lot of success here, okay? Yep. So body crease specifically is going to be, I hit, he reaches, circle away. When I hit back the other side, keep coming a little bit more just for the angle. When I go here, boom, to this side, pause. Sit up a little higher, sit butt back up. Yeah. This right here is the body crease. This is the body crease that we're talking about. That big crease. It's not just about his head and his knee coming together. Because I have the backside armpit, I can fold I'm pulling his spine. And I'm not pulling his head down, I'm pulling, like, I've literally folded him in half. And then once I'm elbow deep, this is just gonna roll. Boom, here. It's so easy to put together. On top, into your finish. If you're just trying this move, if you get the move, you're really far ahead, and you're gonna, like, you know, obviously you can beat people. If you get there, if you get to level 4, the idea is instead of reaching for level 4, is you have the building blocks, the tiny skills to get there, okay? You could learn this move today, but it's gonna like work and then not work. If you build the skills to get there, it'll work repeatedly and you won't mess it up. So that's why having those micro mechanics, those micro skills and those building blocks that we call core skills and the leveled habit structure, that's why that's so important, okay? Is because you can build towards mastery and you have a goal, a progression. You understand I'm starting here and we're gonna work to there and understand what pieces are you missing in between.